Marsiling UT GRC grassroots advisors, grassroots leaders, and residents. A very good morning to all of you, and I'm very happy to join you here at ITE College West to welcome some 300 residents of Marsiling UT GRC into our Singapore family. Congratulations on becoming Singapore citizens. You're joining our Singapore family at a significant moment in our nation's journey as we mark SG60 this year. Like you, our forefathers were immigrants hailing from places near and far. They had very little in common, but they all came seeking better lives for themselves and their families here in Singapore. When independence was thrust upon Singapore back in 1965, they chose to become Singapore citizens. They chose to define themselves as one united people, regardless of race, language, or religion. And with that choice and conviction, they rolled up their sleeves and built this nation together. To be clear, it was not a smooth journey. There were many trials and tribulations along the way. But with grit, determination, and a deep belief in Singapore's future, they overcame challenges and achieved tremendous success. Today, you too are making a similar choice. You come from different places. In fact, many of you already have deep links in Singapore, studying, working, and raising families here. But what you are doing today goes beyond living here. Today, you are taking a pledge of loyalty to this country. You are affirming your conviction in the survival and success of our nation. And importantly, you are committing to the shared values that bind us together as fellow Singaporeans, as you saw in the video just now. One key value is multiculturalism, because we are a nation made up of many races, religions, and cultures. As Mr. Lee Kuan Yew himself said on the day Singapore became independent, we are going to be a multiracial nation here in Singapore, and we will set the example. So here, everyone is equal and everyone will have their place. And that's what we have done all these years. Instead of allowing differences to divide us, we have chosen to embrace diversity as a strength. And so we celebrate each other's festivals, we enjoy one another's food and traditions, and we respect every community's place in our society. This is what makes Singapore unique. Few countries in the world practice multiculturalism as deeply as we do. And all this did not happen just by chance. It has taken effort, trust, and a shared commitment across generations. And this sense of harmony and respect for one another has indeed been the lived experience of Singaporeans across generations. It was the same for me. I grew up in an HDB estate with Malay, Chinese, Indian, and Eurasian neighbors. As children, we played together at the playgrounds, same playground, we forged friendships. We went to the same schools in the neighborhood, and later for the boys, we served military and national service together. That's the sense of bonding when we all come together as Singaporeans. And now this too will be the Singaporean experience for you and your families and your children. So as you embark on this new journey as Singapore citizens, I encourage you to participate actively in our community, build bonds across different communities, get to know your neighbors, and find ways to contribute to society. Many of you already do this, and I'll cite some examples. One of them is Ms. Ng Jie-Ni. She takes time to volunteer with the Marsiling Zone 1 Residents Network, on top of a busy schedule as a healthcare professional. She is a familiar face at Marsiling community events, and she has a knack for bringing together residents of all ages and backgrounds. Another example is Mr. Ye Tut Lin. He is a student at NTU, but even at this young age, he has co-founded and runs a social enterprise that does upcycling of clothing. It supports single mothers, housewives, and the elderly through its activities. I think both of them are here. We should recognize their efforts and contributions. These are just two examples. I'm sure there are many more amongst you, all doing your part to contribute and give back to the community. And if any of you would like to find out more about how you can contribute, our community and grassroots leaders are here today, and I'm sure they will be happy to engage you after today's ceremony. By participating actively, you will be Singapore citizens, not just in name, but also in spirit and heart. I spoke about this Singapore spirit recently at the National Day rally. The Singapore spirit is about believing in one another, caring for each other in good times and bad, and moving forward together as one people, because we are all in this together, in this little red dot together. And that's why in our national pledge, we start by saying, we, the citizens of Singapore. It's not I, it's not me, it's we together. And so we must always stand together and work hand in hand for the happiness, prosperity, and progress of our nation. This is the Singapore spirit which makes Singapore unique and exceptional. It's the spirit that has driven and sustained us for these last 60 years, and it's the same spirit that will take us forward beyond SG60. And now, as our newer citizens, you are part of this Singapore story. Always remember that the future of Singapore is not written by the government alone. It's by all of us together, citizens old and new. And with your commitment and contributions, we will keep our Singapore spirit alive and take our nation to even greater heights. So congratulations once again, and welcome everyone to the Singapore family. Thank you.